Yes, if you refresh your browser if you have any problems with the live stream, because everything should be working now. And we're getting ready for the next match here on the women's side between Austria and Spain. Deck referee is Lars Olsen. And in the water, Bob Robinson. So this should be an interesting match. Austria making their debut. So both of these teams see their opportunity to win. No, yours fine. So Spain gets the ball and moves over to the other side, but they're locked up and they're fighting on the surface. Tied up here. Austria in white, Spain in blue. And finally, Austria gets the ball down to the bottom. And she's not alone. A little bit of the Colombian style of forechecking where two players go in and they combine to strip away the ball. Now Spain coming in. And attempt on the basket, the goalie's off, and they managed to push the ball away. Austria's taking it up to the surface, but that'll be inspiring for the player from Spain who managed to get the goalie off the basket. Now they're coming on the right side. Circling around, looking for a pass, doesn't find one. Free throw awarded to Spain. Oh, here they go. They pass over on above the back. She backs out, turning, and Austrian player has ripped the ball away. And they've got they're moving across the pool, but Spain is attacking all the time. Forechecking. Now Austria to the bottom. She's immediately got 3 players on her. And the ball passed out into the arms of one of the Spanish players. Spain, a pass down. She puts her feet out, she finds a teammate. They head over in the direction of the basket. They're So now Austria the Spanish forechecking has prevented Austria from building any sort of rhythm in possession, and I think Spain now back over by the Austrian goal, and they go up to the surface. Stripped away by Austria, but the Austrian players so far have been forechecked hard. Now they're struggling. She's caught. 2-on-1. Austria fighting around the goal. In a game like this, typically there are a handful of players, maybe 3 or 4 total, who are the big goal scorers. And these teams may or may not know who the most dangerous players are. Now Spain on the right side. She gets a fetal grip on the ball, but it doesn't help because Austria's got it and they've come in and they've got a good pass underneath. She's got the goalie's back, but enough forechecking. She gets another pass. Now they're working. The goalie from Spain spun round. But that was Austria's best attack. Now Spain coming in. She decides to head up and get air. And coming in from above, she spins round, finds her teammate who goes over to the far right side. Good passing by Spain, holding possession. Scrum on the surface here. Spanish player trying to get underneath. Halt to the action. Zero. Timeout called by Austria. Austrians have called for a referee to inspect something, or holding tape up on the other side. There you have it. The two teams have had a break here on a timeout called by Austria. Austrian free throw. I was thinking it was a violation of the 2-meter rule there, but the referees don't call it. Austria's had one good attack on Spain's goal. Generally, Spain has been very effective in shutting down Austria with a lot of forechecking, sometimes as many as 3 players on one. And here they take possession. And Austria picks it up. And she's got 2 players on her. One of them's got a better grasp of the ball now. Austria moving forward, but caught up again. Again, two on one. Very Colombian influenced style of play. Up to the surface. The pass down gives Spain an opportunity, an attack. 2 players, they're working together. And they come down. Austria comes up with the ball. Referee halts the action. Attack on the mask will give Austria a free throw. The Austrian player comes in on the left side and then moves in. This is a good attack. They're creating some chaos here around the goal. Will Spain lock them up and take them to the surface? So far, no. Goalie passes and taken back again, or rather their shared possession. That was a good attack by Austria. Quite a bit of risk there for Spain. Now forced to chase the ball down on the bottom. Now two Austrian players chase down one Spanish player. Spain, 1-on-2. She's underneath the back, and she didn't find a teammate. The ball's taken by one of the Austrian defenders. Austria sees the open goal. So now Austria has a chance to come in from above. Austrian player looking for an outlet, and she's got a player from Spain with a hand on the ball. They end up floating to the surface. Holding called. So, timeout here. What do you think? It's a tight match.
It will be 1-0. Yeah. 0-0.
So it's a close fight here so far. Austria's maybe a little stronger physically around the goal, but the Spanish team has been good at forechecking. But now the rhythm is starting to go the other way.
But from minute to minute, Austria is getting somehow better, and maybe in the second half then they will score.
Where do you come from?
Graz.
Okay, so one of the Austrian fans here. Manuel Tito de Moraes, the water referee, has indicated that Spain, maybe they've been doing too much kicking on the goal. The goalie's been kicking upwards too much. All right, Austria putting the ball into play. Come down. And they hold on to it. She thought that she saw an open goal and threw the ball down into the goalie's arms. Lina Bastu Rodriguez fighting there. No, it was, I'm sorry. Ann-Kristin Wille, that was. And they're into the goal. And Austria does seem to be getting stronger. And 0-0 with under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Free throw awarded to Spain. They put the ball into play, and Spain comes down to the bottom, finds one pass closer to the goal, push back, gets a pass down to the right side before being locked up and losing the ball. So they're on the surface here. 1 minute roughly left in the first half. 0-0 tie. Spain above the Austrian goal. Austria unable to clear their zone. They give the ball back, and Spain now gives the ball to Austria. The Spanish player manages to get the ball off the fin, and they're moving in the direction of the Austrian goal with 20 seconds left. Is not enough time is left here. So we're going to go into halftime tied 0-0, unless there's 2 seconds left. 0-0, halftime. So the teams have got to exchange sides. Five minutes now. The Austrian players walking over. What? So the warning that Spain received was for waving their fins in the faces of their opponents as they came in above the goal. So close match here. Austria's had slightly better attacks on goal, and Spain's initial energy at the start of the game really shut Austria down, but over time it's shifted back over, and we'll see what this halftime break has done. How is the live stream working for you? Let us know. 1 minute before the start of the second half here. After this match, it will be another women's match, Germany versus Sweden. Both teams undefeated. So the action is resumed here, second half, scoreless, 0-0 tie between Spain and Austria. They end up on the surface fighting over the ball. Seen Villa there, number 8. The ball comes down, taken by Austria. And finally, Spain has an opportunity. A lot of forechecking. Spain holding on to the ball. They're probably a few kilos lighter on average. More difficult for them to move the Austrian players off. There we see Ville again fighting for the ball. She's active in the scrum play on the surface. Now, Austria takes the ball back and makes it to the halfway point. Two minutes now into the second half. Spanish player clinging to the ball. Both teams trying to get under the scrum. And it's Austria who come up with it. But they're dragged to the surface. And it's a new scrum. Austria looking for a way to get to the Spain's goal, and they now are getting closer. Coming all the way from above, pass back down into the arms of a Spanish defender. She finds a teammate, and another pass gets them further out of the zone, but now they're tied up to the surface. Ball comes down. Austria has it. There are 3 Spanish players. Oh, now there's a the pass didn't go the right direction, so she had to spin backwards, get it. Austria trying to make something happen here. And a pass over to the right side, and she's pushing. She's got players all over her now. Spain under pressure. And now two players come in. Back up to the surface here. Austria coming in from above. And now on the right side. It's been a long period of, and they've got, pressing the, she pushed up on the goalie's back there. Couldn't get it in, they float off. It's a difficult situation for Spain, but they managed to get the ball. But the player who's got it is forechecked. The ball stripped away. Spain under pressure. The ball drops down to the bottom, picked up by Austria, number 42, UWR-Finland. Austria's gaining momentum here. Denise Schmutz there, passed it over, now it's over the basket. Now, no back in place anymore. Could be an Austrian score if this continues. Spain needs to see what's the call here. So one of the Spain's players has been sent off for 2 minutes for kicking. So there'll be a free throw for Austria. So number 15, Ana Maria Escobar-Falcon, sent off for kicking, 2 minutes. So power play now for Austria. Scoreless game so far. The Austrian players break their huddle, hop back in the water. So as this game has progressed, the pressure on Spain has increased. Free throw, Austria down to the bottom on the left side, and then a pass back. The forechecker is above her and unable to stop a pass to the other side, but is picked off, and Spain loses the ball that they just gained And then they get it back. Spain on the move, and then caught. So the power play here in favor of Austria is not, it's been handled well by Spain right now, and they're actually moving towards the Austrian goal. Can they put together some sort of a attack while they're down a player? Locked up on the surface in a scrum. Carol Vilaba, Carol. So a free throw. Spain still down a player. Power play for Austria, and they put the ball into play with a free throw. And they're over on the far side. They come in above. The charging Austrian player was locked up, and the ball comes back down, dragged up again. Austria becoming more physically dominant as the game has progressed, and it's not surprising since they're larger. But now Spain has stripped the ball away, and can they hold on to it? Can they move out of their own zone? No, it's Austria coming in, and they've a stolen goal briefly. Spain survives that attack, and can they, moving over, she held the ball outstretched, almost lost it, and it bobbled around up and down. Who's going to get it? Looks like Austria. Austria indeed has it, headed towards the Spanish goal. She's coming in from above. There's no goalie in place. She passes over. And now the defense is in place. Spain wrestles free, and Spain is at full strength again. She doesn't have a teammate to pass to, holds the ball outstretched, taken away from her, and free throw. Free throw for, what was it? Okay, it was a choking grip. Choking called against. So I think it was Denise Schmitz put the ball into play there for Austria. The ball goes down to the bottom briefly, but then ends up in another surface fight. So Spain at Austria's goal. She's working, trying to get down, but the back's there. And she passes too ambitiously. And it actually went, when it went by the Austrian defender, she just picked it up, which Spain cannot afford to do right now. 3 minutes left in a 0-0 game. Sabine Führer pulls herself out of the pool. And Spain with the ball. It goes down almost to the bottom. 3 players together were moving rather slowly, I would say. And now they're moving backwards under pressure from the Austrian forwards. Now over on the side, 2:28 showing on the clock, and Austria's putting its best attack in. The Spanish fans are excited. They've got it from above. Austria breaks away. The ball's picked up. Empty goal, but she couldn't put it in. So this has been Spain's best attack. And a very difficult situation for Austria. Austria has been on the defense now for a minute, but they've taken the ball back. I think it was Bilam Erbas there, or now they get all the way over to the goal, picked up. Now Spain, it's a fast break situation, but she's chased down. Nice behind the best pack. They're all the way back. They've got 3-on-2. They've got the goalie. And can they get the pass over? Taken by Austria. Oh, she held the ball up. A very rash move there. 23 seconds left. So, free throw in favor of Austria. Got very exciting here at the end. Yeah. So now Austria's last chance. Oh, they dropped the ball. It floats down, picked up before it hits the bottom. They come over, and there's an open goal for briefly. 6 seconds. All that Spain has to do is just lock them up, and it's going to end in a tie. 0-0 tie. So the Austrian fans, well, what did you think of that?
I think it's an excellent game. Yes.
It was worth the trip.
Yes, it was a rather short trip for me, but yes, it was very exciting. Yes.
And you also come?
I'm Turkish, I live in Finland, but I'm supporting the Austrian team today. Yeah, because of my colleague, yeah.
But I guess they might meet at some point, right?
Could be, yes. Yeah. So,
We will be here again.
all right. Next up will be Sweden against Germany, also a women's match. After a hard-fought match, the players are smiling at each other. I think they were happy, and Austria had more goal chances in the middle of the game, but at the very end there, it was a desperate situation for Austria, but they managed to get through it. We have 15 minutes, and we're going to take a break here, and we're going to cut another video feedback for Sweden versus Germany.